begins again.
I wanted to see how hard brutal difficulty really was on V Rising, and because I'm a sucker for punishment, I set one more rule. If I die more than 3 times to any boss, this run's over. I didn't expect the run to almost end within the first 4 V-Bloods.
An achievement, to be sure.
I wasn't even planning on recording this at first. I just kind of wanted to test out brutal difficulty and see how punishing it actually is. Then this happened. And over around 30 hours of playing V Rising, I've never seen a 100% creature blood. At this point I knew, either this run ends immediately, or this blood carries me through the early game. With all the crazy stats that it gives, it is definitely worth the risk doing a daytime fight with a bear. I wasn't really sure how difficult these bosses were going to be, so for my first base I kind of wanted it to be centralized. Once I had picked what I thought was a suitable location, I got to clearing the area and building what would be the start of something great. From my experience playing the regular version of this game, I know that some of these V-bosses can be hard, and with the new skills and abilities that they possess, these V-Bloods I needed to be over-leveled for. So getting to level 21 gear level made things a little bit easier in fighting the very first one, which would be Alpha, the White Wolf. And that's when luck hit my side again. As I leveled up, I could hear something going on outside. Going out to check and tracking this V-Blood, I noticed he was literally right outside my door and being attacked by a pack of mercenaries. So, gotta take advantage of that opportunity. This is brutal after all. Hopping down off the cliff, took advantage, daytime or not, still almost dying. We managed to secure our very first kill, cheesy as it was. With Alpha Wolf down, I thought, let's go try someone else. I had a bit of a hard time deciding which to go for, whether Errol or Rufus. But I figured I'd go scope them out and see where I can find them. Along my journeys to find Errol, I stumbled across Rufus. this is where things got a little bit tough. After taking out the guards, I figured I might as well use up this 100% creature blood while I still have it. I did not realize how important it is to have proper timing on your cooldowns, and how much damage these guys do. Wow. Just a few mistakes with the cooldown timing, and that's it. I had to back out or risk dying.
From my veins.
So after healing up a little bit, I ended up going back in, and that was a mistake.
Start running. Think you're quick on your feet. Start running. Start running.
It ended up in my first death against Rufus the Foreman. Was 100% because I stopped to open a chest. Greedy.
Cannot be the end.
So with my first death down now, I figured I might as well spend the day collecting and stocking up everything. As well as making some vermin salves, so that when nighttime falls, I can try again. I'm pretty stubborn that way.
Well, lucky me. A new decoration for the front gate just walked in. You're looking a little dead. You're about to look a lot of dead. Start running. Think you're quick on your feet. You're dead on your feet. Think you're quick on your feet. No, this cannot be the end.
So after a few attempts going in and out or having to heal up, I ended up falling again to Rufus the Foreman. This was death 2 of the 3 before the end. I did not want to risk it again. I went and grabbed my stuff. Of course, Tristan the Vampire Hunter had to show up and chase me in here. But I got my stuff and headed out. I needed to rethink a new strategy before facing him again. On my way back in, I had incredible luck again. I ended up finding a level 100% blood quality warrior type. Don't know how I'm getting this lucky. And that's when I came to the conclusion I am too low of a gear level to fight these guys right now. So the next opportunity I got, I went out looking for copper. Copper would be the next tier of gear, and I figured a copper weapon would go a long way in this fight. And in my search for copper, I ended up finding a copper mine, which is where Errol the Stonebreaker was. And my greedy self could not help myself and figured I might as well try him, since I still have 3 deaths to this guy I can lose. And if I ended up beating him before my copper was ready, it was just a plus.
Hate to break it to you, but your days are numbered.
Even after healing up one time, using up all of my warrior blood, I ended up dying to him. Of course. Thankfully, when I respawned, I had enough copper ingots made up that I could equip myself with a copper spear. I figured keeping a little bit of distance and still doing good damage might really help this fight. So after sneaking back down and getting my stuff, I figured I will try out this new copper weapon on him again, since it's not my final death before losing the run.
Sanguine regeneration. You're lively for a corpse. Bet you smash up all the same.
Unfortunately for me, it ended the exact same.
Sanguine regeneration. I cannot go on.
Now I was stuck in a weird position. With that death from Arrow the Stonebreaker, I was now 2 of my 3, leaving one more attempt at both him and Rufus. And being in this awkward position, I just figured, why not? We'll go for it one more time. Do or die, put the pressure on, and see what happens.
Hate to break it to you, but your days are numbered. Let's hear that crunch! Let's hear the crunch! Let's hear that crunch! Let's hear the crunch!
Thankfully, this time, I ended up doing it.
Feels
Just barely.
heavy.
It 100% was not the cleanest fight, and not something I was really proud of, but gotta do what you gotta do, and sometimes just squeaking by is all you need to get that little push forward. With Errol being dead, it gave me access to another Chaos Magic spell, which I chose Aftershock. It's one of my favorites, and I figured it would help me the most against Rufus in my final attempt for him. So I spent the next morning gathering some materials just to load up all my crafting stuff, and then headed towards Rufus's camp for my final attempt at him. And once clearing all the guys inside, which was somewhat challenging, it was time for the final face-off.
Intruder, I have to handle this myself. Start running. Think you're quick.
And in this fight, that's when I figured out a little trick. If I just play Ring Around the Rosie with him, he has a hard time hitting me and I can get some cheap shots in.
Target practice. You're dead on your feet. I'm gonna call you target practice. Think you're quick on your feet. You're dead on your feet. I'm gonna call you target practice. I'll end this quick. Start running. You're dead on your feet. I'm gonna call you target practice. Start running. I'm gonna call you target practice.
Again, not the cleanest, most exciting fight, but you gotta do what you gotta do. And now I have access to a crossbow. Going to be very helpful going forward with all these bosses and figuring out what new abilities they have. And thought I would head out to go find Keely the Frost Archer as my next V-Blood. Since I was on a roll with 2 bosses dead in the last 2 fights, I figured why not give it an attempt and try out this crossbow.
You shouldn't be here, and soon you won't be.
And just like
Damn
that,
it.
took her down on the very first attempt. I'm kind of thinking now that I probably should have started with her, but doing it without the crossbow might not have been so easy. So, who knows? But we did it, and we can finally move on. So this is where I stopped. I ended up crafting up full Night Stalker armor, getting all copper weapons, and I'm still undergeared for what's coming next. These next two bosses are where the challenge is going to actually begin, I feel like. I didn't expect this run to be something worth sharing, but here we are. If you want to see how far this goes, or where it finally ends, I'll keep recording. Let me know if you want part 2. Thanks for watching.